So hi there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Well, it's a cold January afternoon and actually you probably wonder, what am I doing? Where am I and why? Well, first of all, I'm down at my docks where I usually have my boat during the summer. At the moment it looks a little bit like this. Yep, it's kind of empty, just a few leftover boats that's still around, and I believe that most of my boat friends over here are just looking forward to the temperatures starting to rise again and they can start working with the boats, because that's the issue. The temperatures over here in Sweden has dropped dramatically the last few days or the last week, and over here in Nynäshamn where I live, it's been so cold that there has been absolutely no way for me to be working with fiberglass and resins. Since my workshop isn't that well heated up, it's below freezing even in there. So the same up in the boat on the yard. But there's another little thing. 4th of January, the channel finally reached past 1,000 subscribers. I want to reach out and thank all of you from the bottom of my heart, because so far it's just way over what I was expecting. So therefore I'm gonna do a little bit of a special. I got this boat back in August or September of 2019, and now it's January 2021, so if you count that, it's a little bit more than 1.5 years. First of all, my plan was to splash McRill again this coming summer, and I have to actually be true. There's no way she's gonna be splashed this coming summer. There's too much work still to be done, and I at least putting that forward 1 or maybe 2 years more. From the start, I decided to just do the structural repairs that was needed, but the more I started to tear out stuff, I decided to, well, why shouldn't I really do more than that? And of course, that ended up in a way more extensive refit and restoration that I ever could imagine. So just turn back to the beginning of this journey in August, September of 2019. First of all, we removed the doghouse roof because we needed to fix that up. And after that, we started to pull out some excess materials, like this old tank that we didn't need to have anymore. Then during the last fall, I started to take care of the doghouse roof. This wasn't very long and excessive work, and it took me at least a couple of months. I think I was done with it somewhere around April or something like that. There was of course a lot of trials and error. I had never done anything like this before, but I think it's turned out pretty neat. Of course there was a lot, and I mean a lot of fiberglassing. I had some window supports that had rotten out because of water intrusion, and there were some spaces inside of the kitchen that needed to be taken care of. Later on this journey, I also decided to remove one of the old fuel tanks that was disconnected and replace that one with a new water tank. There was also a bit of other stuff that I wanted to improve, especially the area in the cockpit or doghouse area in front of the pilot area. There was just wood, and in the series-produced versions of Albin 30, that's fiberglass. Then as soon as the temperature started to rise, it was time for a couple of months of hard work on the outside. There was quite a bit of rotten wood in the deck, so it was time to get all that away and replace it with new plywood. A lot of hacking, sawing, drilling, yeah, you name it. I started from the starboard aft corner and worked my way around. As you will see, there was quite a bit of areas that needed to be taken care of, and big piece of the bow also. So yep, this took its time, but it's more or less done. There's some fairing and stuff and painting that's left, but at this point all of the structural work is done. And right here, when you remove the old fiberglass skin, you realize how bad the situation was. I know that some people said that, well, a bit of water in the wood wouldn't hurt, but when it's so wet that it actually are totally rotten out, it's time to be removed. And I'm quite happy with what I've managed to fix up here. As I said, I've never done any repairs like this before. It's a little bit special when you have fiberglass plywood and no fiberglass on the underside, just on the top side of the plywood. So I had to figure out how to do this without removing the whole superstructure and stuff, and this is what I came up with. So then I started to work with the forward cabin sole. The forward cabin sole on this version of the boat was actually just the floors, and on top of the floors there was wooden plywood, mahogany plywood pieces that were just fitted on top of it. It was actually the whole parts you could take out and get down into the bilge. And that's actually not the way I wanted it, because it's not that sturdy and it moves around a little bit, and take out big pieces to get down in one part of the bilge was not my ideal way to have it. So I took out the old floors that started to get some little bit of rotten areas here and there, and made some new ones in fiberglass foam core, and then after that started work on the new cabin sole. Still, there was some work to be done with the deck. So after we put in the floors, we kept on going with the deck repairs. Now it was time to get over to the port side. After screwing back the starboard side rubber rail guard. And by that, we're starting to get close to where we are now. I'm actually almost finished up the forward cabin sole that's gonna be put in. And as soon as the temperatures are starting to rise a little bit again, I can go back up to the boat and start putting in new supports for the cabin sole, and after that put in the sole. Of course, there is a bunch of stuff that needs to be done on McRill before she can get splashed again. I need to replace most of the or all of the through holes in McRill. That's something I'm gonna try to make sure to do next coming season. Also, the valves are just this bad. They're so old, so most of them can't be closed, and that's not a seaworthy boat for me. Then I have the window supports that needs to be finished up, and the window, and some little bit of the doghouse roof. When that's done, it's time to put that back, and then we can start to plan something that we can call a splash. I'm also gonna have to put in, of course, the new tunnel for the bow thruster that's gonna be in this boat. That's gonna be also something I can take care of this coming summer season. 1,000 subscribers, that's a big goal for most YouTube channels, and also so for mine. I'm really happy, and I thank every one of you for the courtesy to subscribe. I know there is a lot of viewers, and a lot of you aren't subscribing, and I really hope that you can hit the little subscription button down on your right side so the channel grows way bigger. And of course, I would be super happy if you could take your time to just watch the movies from the start beginning when you look at them, watch them, because YouTube algorithm is working this way that if people are actually watching my videos from start to end, I will get more viewers, because that would be super great. The more viewers that comes to me and watch my videos, the more YouTube is actually posting it and getting new viewers into the channel. Take care out there in the winter cold. I hope we are soon back to more modest temperature. Stay safe and well in these times, and of course make sure to check back in with the channel next week. Take care. Bye.